My name is Brian King, Project Manager for AudSoft Inc. This video is to go over AudBase Client load instructions. In order to load the AudBase Client, you are going to need to log into Windows with an account that has admin privileges. Once you're logged into Windows with that account, the next thing to do is find out if you're running a Windows operating system that's 32-bit or 64-bit. AudBase is compatible with either one, but there are installers specific to the version that you're running. To find out what you're running on your workstation, go to the Windows Start button. Click on that and then select Computer, or if your workstation was set up with the name, the actual workstation name may be here in lieu of Computer. Right-click on that and then select Properties, and under System Type you'll see either 64-bit operating system or 32-bit operating system. This particular workstation is a 64-bit operating system. So with that information, I know that I'll need the 64-bit installer for AudBase Client. Now that I know that, I will go to the location where I saved the installers. In order to receive the installers, if you don't have them already, you can give us a call and we can give you a link to an FTP site for download, or if you prefer, we can email you a disk with the installer loaded on those. I've downloaded from our FTP site and put them in a folder on my local C drive called AudBase Installers. And in there is where I saved my AudBase Client 64. Once you've navigated to that location, right-click and Run as Administrator. You'll now go through the prompts for installation. The first screen is the license agreement, so go ahead and accept the license agreement and click Next. If you'd like, you can read the release notes specific to that version of software you're loading. On this screen, the main thing is just to verify that anyone who uses this computer is checked. That'll put the shortcut to the AudBase application onto everybody's desktop, regardless of who logs into it. On this screen, you'll see that AudBase is being loaded in the default location of Program Files x86 for the 64-bit version. For the 32-bit version, it'll just be in Program Files. And then within that Program Files folder is an AudBase folder, and then that's where the AudBase Client will be loaded. If you need to change that, you can click Browse and specify a different location, but that shouldn't be necessary. And we are going to do a typical installation. And then that'll begin the installation process. Once installation is complete, you'll get a window indicating that the AudBase Client has been successfully installed. You'll also see on your desktop that the shortcut for the AudBase Client is installed as well. So let's go ahead and hit Finished here, and we can close out of the folder that has the installed file. Next thing we need to do is open up the permissions on the AudBase folder for everyone so that they have the ability to read and write to the AudBase folder. If you remember in the installation, the AudBase folder is located on the local C drive. Under Program Files 86, again for the 64-bit, if it was a 32-bit installation, this folder wouldn't exist, you'll just have the programs file. But because this is a 64-bit workstation, it will be in the Program Files x86 folder, and here you'll see the AudBase folder. In order to open up permissions, I'm going to go ahead and right-click on that, select Properties, and then click on the Security tab, Edit, and then I'm going to select the Users group here. It'll either be Users or All Users, or everyone. It's basically the account that is assigned to anyone using this workstation. And that way we want to give anybody that is using the workstation full control of the AudBase folder. So I'm going to go ahead and give full control, select Allow, and then Apply. And that'll go through and set that for all folders. And then I'll hit OK. And OK again to come back into the folder, because now I want to drill down and find the actual application executable. So I'm going to double click on AudBase again. The client is located in the AudBase Client folder. And here's the actual application executable here. The first time you launch AudBase, you're going to want to launch it from here and run as administrator. So now that I'm here, I'll right click on that and then select Run as Administrator. Subsequent logins from here, you'll be able to just launch from the shortcut on your desktop that was created on installation. Once you launch the application, AudBase is going to try and find the AudBase server. If it can, it'll populate in here, but more often than not, it won't. And you'll have to click on the Custom tab and put in a database name and point it to the IP address of the AudBase server. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. The AudBase name can be named anything. I typically just name it AudBase. And then the network address, again, will be the IP address of the server. You'll need to obtain that from your IT staff. My specific AudBase server is located at this address, so I will put that in and then select OK. And now the AudBase client here on out will know where to find the AudBase database, which is obviously at the AudBase server. So you'll no longer need to enter that information in. We store that locally here on the workstation. From here, you'll have the AudBase login, and you should have been given your username and password. You can enter that here. And be able to launch AudBase from that client. That takes care of it for this session on loading the AudBase client. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call here at AudSoft Inc. Our phone number is 888-959-6790. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video.